Hawks win! Hawks win 5-2 over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yes, the Chicago Blackhawks come into Tampa and beat them in comeback fashion. The Hawks beating them 5-2. The Hawks were down in this game after the second period, but they came out and played in the third. They played good hockey in the first period. Corey Crawford saved the Hawks in the second period because he was getting peppered on shots, but one got past him, which honestly you can't blame Crow on. But honestly, the Hawks come out on top and beat the Lightning 5-2 in a good win over a very strong opponent. Hawks being a team pretty much out of the playoff race, and they managed to beat the Lightning in a great fashion. Dominic Kubalik, who should be in talk for Calder Trophy votes, had a hell of a game for himself, and Corey Crawford in net played great for the Hawks. So total shots on net, 27-39 in favor for the Lightning. And total shots per period, 11-10 in favor for the Hawks in the first period, 6-20 in favor for the Lightning in the second period, 10 to pretty much 12 in favor for the Lightning. So it's a total of 27-39 in favor for the Lightning. Crazy game. Hawks, as normal, letting in a lot of shots. Face-off percentage, 55.4% to 44.6% in favor for the Hawks. Power play, 1 for 6 for the Hawks, 0 for 5 for Tampa Bay. Penalty minutes, 12 for the Hawks, 24 for Tampa. And Duncan Keith, he played a lot of minutes tonight for the Hawks because Keith was out on the ice for a total of 28 minutes for the game. That's a lot of minutes that Keith was munching up. But who cares? The Hawks came out on top. So let's get into the goals of the game. Why not? Not a lot of action happened for the first period because no goals were scored. But it was good back and forth hockey. A lot of penalties were given in the first period, in my opinion. It seemed like you were seeing penalties after penalty in the first period, but no goals were coming from it. So we go to the second period where Tampa Bay clearly was surging. At 15:31 in the second period, Braden Point scores his 23rd of the season, assisted by Hedman and Kucherov, to make it a 1-0 Tampa Bay lead. So Hawks are now down late in the second period, and no goals came after that goal in the second period. So we go to the third period where all the goals basically were scored. So 17 seconds into the third period, Nikita Kucherov scores his 31st of the season, assisted by Point and Palant, to give the Lightning a 2-0 lead. This goal was just a slapper from Kucherov, and nothing Crow can do there. So the Hawks now are down 2-0 early in the third period. And as that happened, I thought, yeah, this game's basically over. The Hawks don't win in Tampa Bay. We haven't won a regular season game since like 2009 or something like that. It felt like that, but Hawks managed coming out on top. We did win games in Tampa Bay prior, meaning in 2015 during the Cup final, but regular season games, they haven't won a game there in a long time. So here we go for the goal scoring for the Hawks, because we pepper them on McElhinney for the Tampa Bay Lightning. At 4:36 in the third period, scored by number 20, Brandon Saad, his 20th of the season, assisted by number 17, Dylan Strom, and number 77, Kirby Dach, to make a 2-1 lead for the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Hawks had a power play. They did not score on it, and they looked horrible on that power play. But we had puck control after the power play and managed getting a rebound for Brandon Saad to get it past McElhinney for the Hawks to get their first goal of the night. 26 seconds later, though, at 5:02 in the third period, for his 27th of the season, first of the night, scored by number 8, Dominic Kubalik, assisted by number 88, Patrick Kane, and number 2, Duncan Keith, to make it a 2-2 game. And it's all tied up, and Kubalik's not over yet, because he gets a couple more later on. But at 9:56 in the third period, for his first as a Chicago Blackhawk, scored by number 68, Slater Cuckoo, his first of the season, first as a Chicago Blackhawk, versus his former team. I think Cuckoo feels good now. And the Hawks now have a 3-2 lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Good comeback right there, boys. And the goal scoring's not over yet, because at 11:46, 43 in the third period, on the power play, scored by number 8, Dominic Kubalik, his second of the night, 28th of the season, assisted by number 2, Duncan Keith, and number 12, Alex DeBrincat, to make a 4-2 lead for the Chicago Blackhawks. And we put one more on, and at 17:29 in the third period, for the hat trick, scored by number 8, Dominic Kubalik, his 29th of the season, assisted by number 20, Brandon Saad, to give the Hawks the 5-2 Hawks win in Tampa Bay. Saad unselfishly fed the puck over to Kubalik to give Kub his hattie, and Kubalik has come close a couple times this season to get one, but he finally gets his career first hat trick in the National Hockey League. And he had himself a good game, because I believe he passed 3 players tonight on the Hawks' rookie all-time goal scoring list by passing Alex DeBrincat tonight, Dennis Savard, and I think he only passed 2 players tonight, but he passed a couple players tonight, so that's cool to see. And that's really, he's now 5th in all-time rookies goal scoring, and I think he's going to maybe become 3rd on that, because second, who has it, had 40 goals. I don't think Kub is going to put up 40 goals this season, but we will see him potentially put up 35, honestly, I think. But I'm not saying that. I'm knock on wood, because I don't want to jinx it, because I feel like I jinxed Alex DeBrincat at the beginning of the year. But the Hawks beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 5-2 in a great fashion. Comeback order, 5 goals in the third period, getting them a win. Unlike last game, where we played St. Louis and it was back and forth, goal after goal in the third period, who will win. I was at that game, so I had issues trying to make a review for that game. So it was a hard loss that night, but tonight a good win, because they beat a very tough opponent in Tampa Bay. who's on a schneid right now, but take advantage of a schneid and end a schneid. So maybe the Hawks can start a spark, but honestly, that's going to be hard to say. But with this Hawks win, it's a nice one to feel. And thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, let's go Hawks!